take a hold of what belongs to me. It's time to walk away with no apologies. Voices in the mirror start quietly. Now they're screaming black and take a hold of what belongs to me. It's time to walk away with no apologies. Voices in the mirror start quietly. Now they're screaming black and sure as hell humbled by up listening. It's time to take a hold of what belongs to me. It's time to walk away with no apologies. Voices in the mirror start quietly. Now they're screaming back at me. Take a hold up.
Yeah. Alright, so today we have two very exciting games, and this will determine the third and fourth placing as well as the fifth placing in the league. So today the games we'll be playing, the first game would be Team KLH versus Team Manila Eagles. And the second game will be Team Saigon Jokers versus Bangkok Titans. Alright, so before we start this, we have this announcement in the forum, which would be by JaeYoong himself from Team KLH. He has announced that Team KL Hunters will seal the duo wins, and they have done so yesterday after they have defeated Bangkok Titans. So today I think we will be expecting a lot from Team Colombo Hunters. We will be expecting them to beat Team Manila Eagles, but I don't think that Manila Eagles are an easy team to be reckoned with, and they will be expecting quite a huge challenge. What do you think, Justin?
Definitely, Manila Eagles has proven itself to be the only team before Singapore Sentinels beat them last week, yesterday, be the only team to bring out Taipei Assassins. So definitely they are a team to be reckoned with. Now, definitely KL Hunters should not take them lightly, and this first match against Manila Eagles and KL Hunters should be an amazing, amazing match to watch out. Definitely very close up there.
That's right. So, okay, before we start the game and before we go into the game, we're going to introduce the teams briefly. So first we will go on to Team Kuala Lumpur Hunters. Alright, so today we'll be playing the team of Kuala Lumpur Hunters. Will be played by Golden as AP carry, Monkeys at top, Epions at the jungle. Domori is not playing today, also in the jungle. Hagane as support, and of course the new team, the new AD carry JaeYoong. So as for the team of Manila Eagles, we will have
AP carry played by Kaigu. We have VYY by AD carry. We have Sulendra playing support. We have Rabanga playing on top. We have Mizri in the jungle. We have Morpheus on AD carry and Ghost on support. But we don't believe that Morpheus and Ghost will be actually playing today. So yes.
Alright. Yeah, we have yet to see them, if I'm not mistaken. I think maybe I've seen Morpheus once.
Morpheus has played once, I believe, yes.
Yeah. So now we are just going to wait for the games to start. So,
but before that, let's for all of those who are watching at the moment who are unaware of how GPL works, let me just give you a brief introduction. So we have 6 teams being played at the moment, and out of the 20 weeks, we have 40 matches that we played in total by each team. Now, the second and third ranking team at the end of this will play a best of 3, and the winner of that will go up against the first ranking team in a best of 5 to determine who is the GPL champions overall.
For the chance of USD 40,000 prize pool.
Yes, definitely, that's a lot. Now, let's look at the standings of what we currently have on the 6 ladder
the league
series at the
standings.
end of this week. So we have Taipei Assassins and Singapore Sentinels tied both at 12 wins each and 2 losses. We have Kuala Lumpur Hunters taking the third spot with 6 wins and 7 losses. And we have the Manila Eagles and Saigon Jokers both tied at 5 wins, and Bangkok Titans taking 6th place at the moment. So as we talked about this before, definitely today's matches of Saigon Jokers, Manila Eagles and Bangkok Titans being up there, it will definitely determine of who will actually be secure in the third place, as well as the 4th and 5th placing of the league standings as of week 7, which is now.
That's right. So either team cannot afford to lose today. There's a match on stake for every single team out there.
Of course,
so
yes.
we'll be actually expecting a lot from today's matches. So before that, what do you think about the game between KLH and Manila Eagles? Who do you think is the upper hand in this game? Without going to the bands and champions.
It actually depends, because I believe both teams are very solid players, and when it comes down to the actual game, that's what's going to actually determine it. I don't think so any team has a one up against the other. So it's going to be a very champion dependent, very strategic dependent sort of result, where it depends on what sort of strategy they execute, what sort of champions they use, and how is it actually going to be around. So yes, so that's for the first game, but keep in mind that IPL is currently going on. And today we did see matches of KL Hunters being played, and they played extremely well. And they actually are moving to the semi-finals, which will be actually shown next week.
Yeah, that's right.
So definitely, I believe they are on form. They have had one, warm-up match today, which
they
was
are
in a
confident.
different
They have
tournament.
also beat Bangkok Titans yesterday, so I think their confidence are at an all-time high, and they'll try to play their best to win today.
I mean, definitely, if JaeYoong makes a call saying that he is going out there for the duo win this week, the whole team wants to support him, and I believe many of the watchers here are supporting KL Hunters. So yes.
Okay, now we're just going to go into the champion selection. We're going to see the bans and picks by both teams. Alright, so MLE, Manila Eagles is on the blue team, which is first ban, first pick, and KL Hunters on the purple team, which is second pick. Okay, so now we're just waiting for all the players to decide on their bans. So the first ban will be by MLE, and we see
A very quick Darius being put out there.
clearly afraid of Monkeys, because Monkeys is very proficient with Darius, and one of the champions that he plays best.
I think generally Darius is a very scary carry when you go to the mid to late game, where he can basically go into, triple to quadra kill really fast, and it's an easy sort of carry. We see a General Twisted Fate being banned out as usual. Nothing surprising there.
Yeah, definitely. I think that the way the meta is going, they are either relying on team compositions that have focus on AoE, or more focus on global presence, and maybe are trying to eliminate that. Oh, the Rise getting taken out there by Team Manila Eagles.
Not really a surprising ban on that side.
One of the top bans, Rise,
Yes, that
so
is
tanky, and with his, I wouldn't call it the changes to him recently a nerf, because he does get that movement speed buff at when he activates
it does
his
give
ulti.
him a little bit more mobility. On the other hand, his tankiness is still there, and now that he can actually start building more AP items, as before this he was basically mana reliant champion.
Right, of course.
And
And
Shen,
yeah,
no
pretty
surprise there.
pretty standard bans. Just gonna wait on the last ban from Team KL Hunters.
The question is, will KL Hunters actually ban out Kog'Maw? Because Kog'Maw is one of Kaigo's really good champions out there, and we have seen Manila Eagles use Kog'Maw before, and really proficiently. But we see Graves being taken out. Graves, the most picked AD champion of the whole GPL.
But definitely this will make bottom lane much more exciting, because Graves is usually a very solid AD, and he has that burst, he has that lane dominance early.
Yes.
So definitely, you're taking out Graves, you'll be seeing much more trades between the ADs, depending on on the champion matchup. But generally, it was a good ban.
Nocturne being secured, but we haven't seen a locked in yet. We still have 20 seconds left for Manila Eagles to decide if they do want Nocturne. I believe Nocturne is a very fair choice. Correct me if I'm wrong, there was one match against Taipei Assassins. I think it was Singapore Sentinels, where they took the Malphite Nocturne combination.
Oh yes.
And it went into Malphite's ulti and Nocturne's ulti and then with Ezreal there.
Yeah, they instantly killed somebody if I wasn't mistaken.
But I think
That
that was
was
Saigon Jokers, I believe.
Yeah, it was Saigon Jokers.
With Nick's Water playing AP Ezreal mid, yes.
Wow, and we see that. I've seen this before that Team KL Hunters really like to pick up that early Alistar and that Nunu, going to secure that support and the jungler straight away, and not no real danger of getting countered there by anyone. There's actually relatively safe picks because that now they have already Team MLE have already taken that Nocturne. Alistar is generally a strong jungler.
He's a strong jungler, his disruption is really key and his ability to reduce the incoming damage to him makes him a really good tank as well. So he's a very whole-rounded champion in that sort of sense. But other than that, we do see that Nunu's hasn't been locked in, but most likely will be picked up by KL Hunters. Now the question is, will we see a Vayne Nunu combination or a Kog'Maw Nunu combination or the Corki combination? Corki is one of JaeYoong's favourite champions. So will that actually be picked up?
I think any one of them is possible, but if I'm not mistaken, we would see a Vayne Nunu today because Vayne Nunu is just so potent, so strong. You don't even need to rely on any damage items, just spamming the Blood Boy and with those silver boats.
The silver boats dealing the true damage definitely.
Oh, and we see that Corki and that Taric getting taken out. Usually, Team KL Hunters would like to run that Corki Taric as well, but instead they are going to see them being turned against themselves. So I expect that JaeYoong would probably take that Vayne to actually synergize with Nunu.
I wouldn't be surprised if a Kog'Maw does come out though. But I believe the first pick would be Vayne and Kog'Maw being placed up there. I don't think so it will be an Ezreal pick. JaeYoong is not known for an Ezreal pick. But then again, in GPL, we have lots of different surprises out there.
Yeah, you never know what might happen.
You never know what might happen.
Secretly training Ezreal for today. You never know.
That is true. Well, it is now Monkeys and JaeYoong's pick.
Well, I think it will be wise for them to actually secure that AP pick for the last, so Goldens will actually know how to counter pick the middle. So it will be good to take that top lane, but as well top lane could get counter pick if they have to take something solid that would not be so easily.
I think that Monkeys is fine. Oh, but it looks like they will be securing Karthus and Vayne. Now, we have seen Golens use a lot of Karthus before, and he's a very proficient Karthus player.
A lot of Karthus.
It is very scary to go up against Karthus.
Yeah, if you do not give him early game, you don't give him his early game, you allow him to constantly farm, there's going to be a problem because at in the mid games when his Requiem just does so much damage, probably even taking off half of a HP bar of maybe an AD or an AP carry, which is not as tanky as the others.
It all depends on whether the enemy team, which is Manila Eagles here, will they be stacking magic resist? Will Taric, for instance, get an early Eagles of the Legion to help out with that magic resist around the team? Will the AP mid actually carry an Abyssal Scepter, because that could definitely help out the team? But Vladimir being picked up now for, I believe, top and Ari, so it's going to be a double AP combination. Interesting.
We've seen this really often, double AP, as in we call it the old EU meta, where they actually play the duo APs, and both of them, Vladimir and Ari both are extremely strong late game champions, as well as early Vlad does not scale as well, but once he reaches that level 9, he'll be able to constantly harass the opponent.
I think also what is key here is that both Corki and Ari have escape mechanisms.
Yes.
Where on the other team, Karthus does not, and Vayne only has a short tumble. So we're looking at a more mobile team, with Vladimir being able to pull, Nocturne being able to fly around, and a slightly more centered team of KL Hunters.
Actually,
but it's not Vlad, it's going to be Irelia. Well, Irelia does have mobility as well, being able to dash around and escape. So
and I don't think I've seen Rebecca actually playing that Irelia before, if I'm not mistaken, but correct me if I'm wrong. But I think Irelia is a safe pick. She can lane against almost anyone, and once she reaches that mid game, it is quite hard to stop her due to her passive. Her Hitten style, which allows her to regenerate life constantly. That is actually really, really strong, as well as that true damage.
I think also, in my opinion, Irelia is actually a better pick than Vladimir, simply because Irelia can go tanky, and that's what they need. They only have Nocturne at the moment.
We see that the Malphite is getting picked up there by Monkeys, but I wouldn't say it's a counter pick, but It all depends on how they build
can
the
lane
items.
well against each other. Irelia and Amalfi, it's a definitely good combination to lane against each other. I don't believe one has a superior advantage over the other.
Yes.
I think it depends on the item build and, for instance, the jungle ganks that do come in.
As well as the runes and masteries that they're going to use against each other
Yes.
are very important as well.
But what is to note is that on the side of Manila Eagles, we have Nocturne, which level 6 becomes really strong in ganks.
That's right.
Before that, it depends on the fear being propped off in the right direction. But on the other hand, on KL Hunters, we see that Alistair will be able to do out his combination of his
As
headbutt
early
into
as level
pulverize
2.
as early as level 2.
That's right.
So KL Hunters does have that early advantage, and whether they actually want to use it or not will become the question.
Alright, so let's have a look at the masteries of Monkeys. Just going to check it out really quickly, and going to check out his masteries. Going to go to standard 921-0. I don't really, I mean, I don't know how to say I don't approve, but probably I would actually go for that mana regen masteries for Malphite.
Well, let's look at his runes. Perhaps he has mana regeneration runes to counter that out there. So we have magic resist, we have attack speed, we have armor, and we have move speed. Interesting.
Well, I'm not too sure about that attack speed. I think it's more for like a jungle Malphite, because I don't see how that attack speed is going to help him with trades against Irelia. He doesn't do that much physical damage, and you know, I
think it's going to help him out a little bit when it comes to last hitting creeps, if he's afraid of Irelia actually being there.
I'll actually, for my own perspective, I will actually go for magic penetration, but well, that's his own style of playing.
We're definitely going to see a very interesting style for sure.
And he has picked out that teleport that allows him to just be at any team fight instantly with a quick ward, or maybe teleport to a minion or tower. It's going to be really easy for him.
It's targeted simply because of Nocturne's mobility. So we need to have the top lane that's a little bit mobile as well.
That's right. And now we're going to see that, let's have a look at Rebenga's masteries and runes as well, before we go into the game. And
so Rebenga's runes is attack speed
attack
as well.
speed, physical damage, armor, and magic resist.
So we do have a little bit of magic resist to counter Malphite's AP, such as his shard and things of that sort. Not too bad. Let's check out the masteries, see if there's anything surprising there.
Yeah, it's just the standard 921-0 as well.
Yep.
You're going to be able for him to sustain very well in lane, taking out that 3/3 health regen mastery. It's called Vigor, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe that is correct.
Yep. Alright, so we are going to head into this game soon, and I would say that definitely that Team Manila Eagles are much more mobile.
Yes, definitely. They definitely have the mobility aspect. It isn't far superior. They don't have, like, for instance, Twisted Fate or Nocturne, but they have mobility simply because on the side of KL Hunters, they do have a Nunu which walks relatively slow, unless he uses Blood Ball on himself. And we have also Carters that moves pretty sluggishly.
Yep,
So,
that's
yes.
right. So I think that they might have the upper hand in ganks at 6 maybe, but the Alistar is going to be a force to be reckoned with, because
Definitely
simply that he's a very gang focused champion.
Yes, the disruption ability that he can actually bring out, throwing people around and things of that sort, will be key in this area. So to prevent a mobile team from coming around, you get to push them away with the headbutt, we get to pulverize them, slowing down their mobility, allowing KL Hunters to gain the advantage. Also,
Well,
we
actually-
have Carter's wall out there, the wall of pain to slow them down.
But I should actually counter that early Alistar aggression by actually securing the wards at their lanes and actually countering his jungle, because I would say that Alistar is not a very quick jungler and he relies on all of his mana. So
Yes.
probably if they go for that early blue invade, it will actually cripple his jungle pretty badly.
Definitely the invade will be interesting to see if it does happen. But then again, KL Hunters does have Alistair, so Alistair is like the king of invading. He just stands in front and he pulverizes the ground wherever he goes, and it kind of secures a kill. Now, definitely if the side of Manila Eagles does manage to steal the blue, that's going to be a huge blow to the beginning Alistair jungle, where he'll be
as how the meta is going, the early game invades, the mind games, everything are actually very important. It's not
Yes, indeed.
even a single, like not to say a mistake, but every single action that you do might have a cause and effect.
Definitely there's be a cause and effect for everything that you do, whether it is going to be in favor of the opponent team or in favor of your team. Actually depends on what's going to happen. Just the presence of what's going to happen is the most interesting thing that's going to happen in this game. So my prediction is that there will be no invade. Everybody will want to play safe. They don't want to lose out an early game advantage and give it away to their opponents so that they can snowball. They will obviously want to...
Both teams cannot afford to lose today to actually further to improve their standings on the Garena Premier League.
Of course.
So I think you're right. Probably that we won't see any invade, but it's Team KL Hunters and Team Manila Eagles both.
Yes.
They are known for their aggression as well.
They're known for the jungle aggression of what they're going to come in. So
Alright,
yes.
so now we are going to head into the game really quickly. We're going to go into the game. We see both teams heading out towards the middle, where we see an invade this game.
It sure looks like it at the moment. They seem to be all walking together, but Hagane will be walking on the other side with
Hagane is a boss, he does not care about anything. And Golden, they're going to opt to go through that bush.
It looks like an invade's going to happen. Now, Hagane is actually a little bit
Oh,
off,
and
and
except
Jaeyoong's
we're
not
gonna
there.
see something go on, and Epion's
Oh,
gonna
the
get caught
charm
by the
does go
charm.
off.
He
The
flashes
flash
out
off.
instantly, and Golden's gonna land at layaway. He's not gonna hit anyone, but both teams are gonna back off right now.
Look at the amount of blue that's on the screen.
Well, actually, I think that Epion should not have just walked out like that. He was not prepared for that.
Especially because also the team was out
Oh, and
there.
Auction
And
actually
Golden is going to get...
First steal and gonna get exhausted right here.
the
Gonna get power rise, but Alistar gonna flash away. Hagane gonna throw the ice ball, but first
But
blood gonna be secured by Team Manila
But
Eagles.
Hagane
Well
looks like he
played.
might go down. Oh, the Manila Eagles just decided not to chase him. But he's still playing around in the bush.
But all of the Team Manila Eagles are extremely low. Maybe they will try to stop them from taking their blue. But we see that Misery is actually going to opt to go out, and everyone is just going to be safely teleporting back to their lanes.
That was definitely an early advantage.
Oh, that was actually very well played there by Team Manila Eagles. They know that Nuno was out of position, and that movement speed from Noction allow him to catch up to the other champions, as well as Alistar had already burned his flash. So yeah, well done. And Alistar actually was the one who got first blooded. Therefore, the advantage is now in Team Manila Eagles, and the one that got the kill was Irelia. It's
Yes.
going to be quite tough for, especially on the top lane. If you snowball, it's going to be hard for your opponent to trade with you.
Now, looks like they do have a ward planted in the side bush there, but will they go in and manage to steal off the blue buff? Karthus is still there. Oh, the charm just barely misses.
Or if that charm had actually hit, there will be
That
spell
will be the
disaster.
end of Golden's, but they will be going down to take the blue.
But everyone is actually participating in this invade.
Definitely, they want to slow down the Alistair jungle. They want to slow down the Epions. Tariq is still there. Tariq can throw off his stun. But Vayne is at the side there.
And
dealing
Epions
all
might
that
actually
damage
go down
to Kaigu.
again, but Monkeys and GPL going to chase down the Kaigu, but
Oh,
it's going to get...
Nope, it's not going to happen.
And I don't think...
Even with a tumble, I don't believe Kaigu will go down. He's
I think the Monkey's going to wait for his cooldown off his third skill and going to slow him,
Again,
and
oh.
nice. The kill there by GPL and Monkeys. However, Kaigu is just...
But Manila Eagles did bring out another kill, and blue has still yet to be secured. Oh, there
Rebecca
goes off
stuns
the
Golden,
stun.
Golden flashes away, and Epion's very low as well, probably going to go
Epions
down.
go
And,
down, yep.
oh, this is not good.
Banger
And
gets
Monkey's coming back into the brush.
kill. Oh, wow.
And he's actually very, very tanky at this point. He might actually take down some of them. Golden
Will Golden
without
go
any
down?
mana.
Goldens will go down.
Goldens will go down as well as that. Wow.
Tariq goes down as
GPL
well.
going to take down everyone, being very, very low life. Monkey's giving chase. And
Oh, the
GPL
tumble
continue
goes
the
in.
tumble. Actually going to back off for now that he spotted Ari back in the middle lane. So now it's a 4 kills in favor of Team Manila Eagles to KL Hunters. Wow, that was exciting. Just like,
Definitely most exciting. I mean, we were even talking over each other. It was so much of things that were going on. What we do see at the end of it is that Corky does have 2 kills and 1 death, when Vayne has also 2 kills and 1 death. On
actually,
the top
lane
lane,
has no deaths.
yeah, I know that, sorry. And on the top lane, we do see that Arela has 2 kills and Malphite has 1. So it's not that bad of a disparity if you look at it.
But look at the items that Irida is running. She's running Catalyst, I believe. I don't think so. Maybe she's going to opt for that quick Trinity Force. Triforce, I believe.
She could be going into like a Phage and Sheen at the same time. So getting the Sapphire Crystal and Ruby Crystal is a good option.
Yeah,
to
it looks like a
Malphite.
Catalyst to me, but I don't think that's actually what she's going for.
I highly doubt it's going to be a Catalyst. It would be shocking to see if it is a Catalyst though.
Yep.
Definitely, like we said before, a game of surprises, and true enough, the beginning game was definitely, I think, one of the
I
most
guess our-
exciting early games ever in GPL.
Yeah, definitely our predictions were a bit off this game. Alright, so that pink ward is going down by Team Manila Eagles, going to do what? That ward from the side brush. Monkeys trading with Rebenga. Monkeys looks to have the upper hand by now. Let's have a look at the CS. Not much difference from both teams, but GPL is actually at 5 CS, while Corky is at 15 CS. So he needs to pick up a bit on his farm.
It was because simply GaeYoong took some time to come back into lane. So that slight CS lead, I think, will be mitigated as the game goes on.
But however, he has 2 Doran Blades and it's going to give him a significant advantage over that Koki in lane.
Yes, that is there. But don't forget, Koki has 4 health pots.
And interesting thing on that Tarek is by Solindra, he's not going to opt for that early, what's that, mana regen item? Fairy Charm, I believe.
You mean to build into a mana manipulator?
No, not Fairy Charm. Is it?
Yes, it's a fairy charm.
No, I mean to build into a Philo Stone. Usually you would run that.
Yes, a
for-
fairy charm.
Yeah, a Fairy Charm, I'm saying. And he's opting to go for that early pings and that abundance of wards, I believe. So this is something different. But I think Tarek relies a lot on mana regen as well, though.
I simply think that because Tarek can hit a creep and gain some mana, but aside that, Koki did have the advantage there. So if Koki is able to secure more kills, he would be able to get the goal from the assist. So it's one of these gambles that support plays. I main support, so if I know my lane is going really good and they are able to get killed, I can actually haul up on my GP5 and race to an Eagles of Legion, for instance, to help out the team slightly better, and then later jump to my GP5s.
Right. The monkey's gonna help Epions with the jungle. Epions gonna go home, and probably gonna see something happening at the bottom lane. We see a ping going down by Team KL Hunters, and the brushes. Both bushes are warded by KLH, the side bush and the river bush.
They definitely don't want to get any sort of surprises. Now Vayne does.
Vayne is the late game AD that is extremely dominant, especially with the ultimate, the Night Hunter, was it?
Yes,
Night Hunter,
Night
and the Tumble is just going to wreak a lot of damage with that movement speed and attack speed buff by Nunu.
But in order for her to get really strong late game, she needs a really good early game. So I believe that's why they're playing a little bit safer. They want to ward up to make sure that there's no, surprises by Misery all of a sudden appearing.
You see a trade there, and
Right,
Hagane is
Misery.
going to get caught right here. He's going to flash away and not going to get feared by Noction. Well done there, but he wasted his flash, so definitely they'll try to come for him
I
again.
wouldn't
But
say
now Alistar's going to come for
Pulverize goes
Pulverize.
off,
Yep.
but they won't be able to deal much damage. Misery does get quite a bit out there, but this is quite surprising. Everybody's trading with each other. Nobody's really aiming at one target, but we do see a teleport coming in. Now we do see monkeys there. Will it be worth it?
Well, I don't think that there was a wise teleport simply because they were already backing off, and he does not have his ultimate at this point. So it's just going to allow that Aurelia some leeway, going to allow him to farm back up, and yeah, I simply don't think that was worth it.
I think it was a communication breakdown slightly, where, if he had teleported the moment where Nocturne appeared, it would have been perfect, since
Yes,
all of them were
that's
clumped
right.
up together. But I think it was a little bit of a slow communication or slow reaction time. That's why he teleported
Probably
in, but it was a little bit too
indecisive.
late. So yes. I don't think so it was indecisive. I think it was more like, you need to calm down. I think we're fine. No. Okay, now you need to calm again. So it was that few seconds delay that actually made it up. But nonetheless, he is already back in his lane, so...
And we see that both AP carries are actually taken up that early GP5, the Kage's lucky pick, which can be built into that Death Fire grabs earlier,
Death Fire
later,
grabs,
sorry. And yeah, it's quite... I have seen Golden's play recently, and everything he's doing is building that early GP5. Probably the new meta is adjusting to allow the AP carries to farm more.
I think it's more of, if they do get harassed, if they do die to a gang, they are able to return to the game because of the GP5s, the amount of gold that they can slowly regenerate over time. It does help them out a bit.
Well, I've seen some APs run GP5 as well, so this is not very surprising. It's actually quite a smart strategy, allowing him to farm up for that late game.
Now we do see Manila Eagles going into the blue just as...
Wow, and we see that Ivory actually joining in as well. They are adamant to get that blue for sure.
But the thing is, the blue just went up, the timing was perfect. Will Alistar get caught? The stun does go off. Looks like the fear does go off, the pulverize.
And goodbye to Epions. That was perfectly timed by Team Manila Eagles. They are going to secure this blue and probably going to secure the dragon as well.
I'm not so sure about the dragon.
Because
though.
basically they have a free smite now. And they are actually going on to the dragon. And Team KLH are not in position for this. They do not
They
have
are
their
not
jungler.
even responding whatsoever. Noticing that Koki is leaving the lane, Vayne is still not doing anything. So this looks like this will be a free dragon at the 9th minute and 32nd mark or so for the Team Manila Eagles.
And now we see that Team Manila Eagles has secured a 1.7k goal lead on Team KL Hunters, and that was good play by Team Manila Eagles. They knew exactly when that blue was going to come out, and they invaded it perfectly.
But
Epion.
definitely now the question is, will KL Hunters learn about this and will they respond the next time blue is up?
So,
And hopefully, they get to use the same trick on Manila Eagles and see if it works out, and they can take a slight advantage after that. So, but in terms of kills, it is still 5-3. There's not much disparity there. In terms of farming, there isn't much disparity there as well.
But now that Epions is behind, there might be a change in psychology, you know, in jungling, because usually when you are behind and you've been killed once or twice, the way you play actually changes as well.
Yes, because you want to be a little bit more safe. You don't want to fall behind even more. You don't want to be a burden to your team. So, yes, but then again, this is a pro level play. I highly doubt there's going to be much of a mindset change in that sort of sense.
They've probably trained to just adapt to these kind of situations, in all kinds of situations. I mean, I'm sure that it is still anyone's game at this point. It's just a 1k plus goal difference, and both teams are actually doing very well. The AD carry of both teams being quite fat, and JaeYoong and the Cocky actually have a 13 to 14 CS difference, with Cocky leading, and they're actually going to push it to the bottom tower right now.
Yeah, not much difference there. Even if you look at Nocturne versus Alistair, it is very little damage, but they will go down and take out the minions incoming, so the current minions at the tower will deal a little bit more damage to the tower, bringing it down, chipping it slowly by slowly, a little bit at a time.
And we're actually seeing that Team KL Hunters are actually losing in the CS, as you can see Malphite at 64, but actually Irila is up 3 kills, so she actually has that advantage over him, although she does not have as much CS as him. Goldens is actually losing CS to Ari, and JaeYoong is actually losing CS to Cocky.
I think it's still a little bit too early to call, because simply it's still very much in the laning phase.
And
it depends on when somebody goes back.
Sorry. And both the supports have not picked up their GP5 as of yet. So it is still anyone's game. We haven't seen an Oracle from either jungler or support, and that both teams are just doing what they're doing best at this laning phase.
Now, what's interesting to note is that KL Hunters has 2 GP5s, with Malphite taking 1 and Alistair having Philostone as well.
So actually we can see 2 GP5s on Malphite, that Philostone and that Heart of Gold.
Yeah, but on the other side, we only see Ari holding the Cage's lucky pick, where the rest have not built up the Heart of Gold or Philosopher's Stone yet.
Well, I think that Arila is going to rush for the early Trinity Force, definitely, because we can see that the Shin is already being picked up. We're going to see a Phage soon, and rushing a Triforce on Arila is actually extremely deadly, because you can dish out so much damage and still be tanky at the same time, allowing you to die for those AP. And AD carry, see the engage going down there.
At that.
By Monkey is going to stun the Taric, get stunned again by the Alistar, going to take him down easily, allowing JaeYoong to get a killing spree. That was well played there by Team KL Hunters.
Definitely, Solyndra flashed out, but he was still within range of Malphite's ulti, and he flew up high into the air. And I think that was really well played. Oh, look at that!
Going to force that flash from BYY right there. Everyone's going to go very, very low. Flashing away, Hagani going to use his ultimate, but I think that was a mistake in coordination. Probably was not needed to be used.
I think he was just being precautious in case the fear did go off and JaeYoong wanted to go in. There really would be the slow that's been launched off there, and the burst damage would come in a few seconds later.
So we see that Vayne is getting the advantage. It's a 3-0-1 score, and we see that Arila is also at 3-0-2. So both of these champions are getting really fat. So we're going to watch out for that Arila and that Vayne in this game. And the Vayne actually going for his standard JaeYoong, going his standard 3 Dorans. You know, I'm not criticizing JaeYoong, but I actually don't see a point in having 3 Dorans.
I simply believe that he wants to be kind of safe in it, so he has like 300 life, he has some life steal, now with the Vampiric Scepter on him.
But I think that, if I'm not mistaken, the Doran Blade actually has nerfed the life HP from 100 to 80.
80, yeah,
so it's actually a 240 HP.
Yeah, but still, the extra life is good thing. Is a good thing. Even though if you were to, for instance, exchange it with.
Whoa! And look at that. That Nunu luckily not gonna face check, but they're gonna lose their blue again.
But the things does go off, and look how fast that Golem is going down with that smite.
Wow! And Team Manila Eagles arriving pinpoint at the exact moment that blue is going to spawn.
Definitely, they have timed it, and they want to repeat the same thing over and over again.
But Malphite is going to push that top lane really, really hard right now.
I don't think so. He will be taken on the tower, but at bottom lane, looks like they would be able to chip down the tower pretty low. But they're going to keep away there.
Yeah, not any real danger, but Misery actually picked up that early Oracles as well as Epion. So both junglers have that Oracles going to allow them to deward and going to make life harder for the other teams.
Now we did see after they took blue for the second time and they went immediately into a dragon. So dragon will be coming up in about 30 seconds or so.
Yep, during the 15-minute plus mark, the dragon will spawn, and I think that Team Manila Eagles know the timings, and they are going to gather up, going to get this dragon, secure the objectives.
Definitely, Irelia is walking down.
Misery
again.
actually going to deward that ward and going to pop that spell shield just to be safe. Going to be careful of any incoming gangs or any surprise.
We do see the pings
champions
going off on Manila Eagles as well.
And Arida moving promptly down, going to go to that dragon straight away. And Team KL Hunters know something is up. We're not sure if that. I think the teleport is not up from Monkeys. It's still quite a while to go, but he is still. Is he coming?
Yes, he is
He's
coming,
but
he's
he's a bit
walking
slow
now, but
though.
they won't be able to come in time.
The dragon is confirmed going to
Dragon
be
is
taken
down.
by Team Manila Eagles, but they're going to engage here. Solindra is probably going to get caught right here, but know that he's just going to act as a bait, and all of them are just going to move out safely.
So this is the second dragon now taken by KL.
Oh, Epior's going to combo that Ari, and Ari going to use the ultimate, going to waste the ultimate right
He's
there.
going to spirit rush away into safety, denying them the additional kill.
Oh, and Team KL Hunters going to actually push this middle tower. They're not going to try to get the advantage back for them, but they are actually losing in terms of goal right now. They are losing. They've already lost 2 dragons.
Now they are slightly behind on 2.5k. So yes, 2.5k isn't actually that much if you look at it. Before this, they were down 1k, and now they're down 2k. So
Yeah, it's still not that big of a disparity.
it's not that big of a difference because the kills has not been going down. They have been taking Gola, which prevents the jungles become a little bit slower for Alistair, or Karthus doesn't get the blue, so he can't dominate their lane that bad.
Definitely. And we know that the next dragon is probably going to spawn in about 21 minutes or so. So yeah, we're going to see that if Team Manila Eagles are going to constantly secure that dragon, as we see in Team Singapore Sentinels yesterday, being so pinpoint on taking every single dragon there was, and they played perfectly. So, and we see that the teamwork here from Team Manila Eagles really showing in this match. They are actually sticking as a team and securing the objectives really, really well.
I like the de-warding that going around, preventing vision, and hopefully being able to catch someone off guard. Karthus does come back to his lane only to realize that his tower is going really, really low.
Oh, Kaigu just gonna chip at
Ari
that tower.
forcing the tower to go down.
Wow, and she actually secured that tower. And you're probably going to see an engage on Team Kuala Lumpur Hunters or Team Manila Eagles. The Hagani getting caught right there. Malphite going to go in, going to use his skills, and probably going to use his ultimate right here. Rebenga alone, not going to get caught, but
Yep,
Golden going to get
definitely.
caught and going to go ultimate into, and
Kaigu does
Misery
go
goes down. And Kaigu going to move out there with his Spirit Rush.
Kaigu
Going to
goes
go
down.
down there to Golden. Going to take Golden down, and Golden going to pop his Requiem, and Monkey's not able to catch up.
Ooh.
But Hagane going to use this ultimate of his, going to send the Solindra really, really low, but he's the only one getting caught right there. And this is not good for Team KL Hunters. Going to get a double kill there on Koki, and this is not looking well for Team KL Hunters.
Well, it's simply because JaeYoong was not in that fight and Koki came in last minute to kind of sweep it all up. But
Yep.
if JaeYoong was there in time, it could have been slightly different.
A bit of the lack of coordination there, but I suppose it's still not too far apart, but the goal lead is slowly but surely rising.
It is now at 4,000, so definitely the goal lead has extended by now 100% of what it was before. Before
Yep.
at 2,000, now to 4,000.
But besides securing the 2 dragons, Team Manila Eagles actually has secured the 2 towers as well for middle and bottom.
Yes.
So that's going to allow them to have that map control over Team KL Hunters. Going to be easier for them to move around compared to Team KL Hunters.
What's interesting to note is that in about a minute 20 seconds, we would see KL Hunters blue come up again. Will there be another invade and will there be another steal? Because if that happens, that's going to put Karthus even
And we
more
see that
ready.
pings going down on that blue, as you said. They know the timings for the blue. They're just going to go in, going to deward everything. They're going to go into that blue, going to take that blue again. Well, we see that Alistar is slowly
blue is up.
walking out. Yep. And blue is up again and probably just going to be taken by Team Manila Eagles.
And blue goes down.
And now Team KLH is going to come in, going to take down Solindra really, really quickly. The very nice engage right there.
Look at
Rebenga going to get
the
caught there, but Golden's going really, really low. Kaigu going to hit that charm on JaeYoong, but I think he's just going to escape. Still has that Spirit Rush of his.
1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. And
and the third Spirit Rush is going to get used, and he's going to
yes,
go
he
down
goes
there
down.
to JaeYoong. Very well played. A counter gang right there by Team KL Hunters, allowing them to.
BYY is there. Could that be a
And
death
BYY
in
does
the
not
bush?
realize.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to bait him out. And
No, I
Misery.
think they're gonna,
well, Misery and BYY have no idea that all four of them are actually hovering around bottom brush. And we see that, BYY is just going to engage onto Monkeys. Epion's probably going to do the combo onto him and going to take a lot of damage from that Nocturne ultimate. BYY going to go down. Misery is going to go down as well. It's going to cry the
They're all
kite.
so low and look
Wow, Team
at
KL
that
Hunters came out on
tumble.
top.
The tumble by Vayne definitely bringing in that last bout of damage that's going to go down. Like, they could have gone horribly for KL Hunters with 3 of them being brought down, but they managed to do it. That was very, very nice juking by all of them, slowly exchanging themselves to get the hit by Nocturne.
Wow, and Team KL Hunters showing their teamwork as well. They're not losing to Team Manila Eagles. They're showing that they have trained up for this, they are ready for this, and all of them are moving as a team right now.
Now, what's interesting is that Dragon is going to come up soon within the next 30 seconds or so. And with KL Hunters taking now the lead in kills with 10 to 9, we also see the goal disparity now brought back down to 2k. Now increased again by Rebecca taking the top tower. Whoever secures the next Dragon will get to either narrow the goal lead or increase it further.
That's right. And Golden's going to get hot right here, but going to get exhausted there by... Golden's going to exhaust that Ahri, but not being able to mitigate that Ahri true damage. Ahri is such a potent champion and she can take down someone instantly. Ahri is actually a counter to Karthus because she
The mobility.
can... Yeah, the mobility and the fact that she can farm just as well as him and having a lot more burst.
Yeah.
And we see that Rebenga is actually pushing top lane, and Solindra and Kaigo as well going to push that middle lane. Team KL Hunters is going to have to react to this. You know, they're going to lose both their towers and going to lose that map.
How will they react to this? It looks like the mid tower will go down. There's nothing much even if JaeYoong does spot left to actually stop and 2 towers go down to KL Hunters and to Manila Eagles.
Wow, this is an extremely exciting match.
It definitely is. Everybody's playing for objectives here. They're trying to steal blue, they're trying to take Dragon, and Dragon is up. Malphite is coming down, Karthus is walking toward that direction, but will KL Hunters respond in time? We do see the Dragon's already at half-life.
Wow, and Team Manila
Look at the amount of wards being thrown down, trying to distract KL Hunters, and it actually worked. KL Hunters more interested in the wards rather than trying to go and secure the Dragon.
Well, they should have actually tried to engage there probably when the Dragon was a bit low, so that they could actually force a team fight from Manila Eagles and probably trying to take some kills and secure the Dragon, but that didn't work out well for them. But they're actually going to push down this middle tower right now. And yep, with ease. So now 2 towers in favor. Two towers for Team KL Hunters taken down at the moment, but they're still losing to Team Manila Eagles, who has actually destroyed 5 towers.
The tower advantage is definitely one thing, but we also note that we are transitioning into the mid/late game where Vayne now is becoming a key player.
Vayne has not died yet, and he has built his normal style of that Bloodthirster, going to go rush that Phantom Dancer and probably that Infinity Age or 2 Phantom Dancers. And it's not easy to catch him. And now we're going to see a gang onto Monkeys by Team Manila Eagles. He's going to use his ultimate, going to hit Solindra, but not going to be able to escape Flash. Also, it's not going to be able to help him, but all 5 of them are gathering right there.
I think what's interesting to note that in the bottom part of the map, we see that KL Hunters has multiple wards. We have 5 wards at least by KL Hunters. But on the top section of the map, we don't actually see that. And we're going to see if Baron is going to take place. Golden slowly throwing down these layways.
Alisa going to flash in, going to steal it. And no, that nicely timed Nocturne ultimate going to catch Team KL Hunters, and that Epion's going to go flash in, but he's not going to be able to secure that Baron. Very nice timed paranoia by Nocturne.
Definitely preventing any sort of extra vision being helped out by the wards or the layways that's being placed down by Karthus. So this will give Manila Eagles the lead of the game. We have
a 5.9k goal lead at this moment. Well, and Team KL Hunters, they have been losing all the objectives now. They've lost their blue, they've lost their dragons, and now they've lost Baron. This is going to be tough for them to actually come back from this goal disparity.
I think they can still come back. I mean, the disparity is about 5k at the moment now, which is actually fine. We did see that a very good team engaged from the start of KL Hunters could easily turn that around.
Definitely they have that superior AoE team comp.
Yeah, so if Malphite lands a wonderful ulti,
Alistar follows up
With a
along with that
pulverize.
Nunu and that Golden gonna use this what's his skill called, that his AoE. What was it called? I'm sorry. And it actually called Defile. Yeah, I just mistook it for a moment. Couldn't remember. So yeah, the Defile they're gonna do so much damage in tandem with all the other AoEs. But we have to see whether can KL Hunters pull it off.
definitely we see Manla Eagles now pushing the mid lane,
And
trying
Golden
to
actually
use
securing the
advantage.
first blue for himself.
Yes. I mean, that could be the turning point for Manila Eagles, allowing Carters to have a blue.
You mean for... Oh, yeah.
Yes, definitely for Carters to have a blue, because before this, Carters has not had a blue. The reason why he got the blue before this was because he actually managed to land a kill.
That's right, and Solindra is just walking so slowly. I think it's because he was slowed. Was he slowed by Malphite? Yeah, probably.
Possibly, or the ice ball from Lulu.
Oh, Kaigo is just going to chip away, and
Oh,
Monkey's doing
look
so
at the damage.
much damage just with that Abyssal Scepter, that Lucky Pick, and that Zonya's Hourglass as well, the Sorcerer's Boots. Will give him so much magic penetration and a true damage from that Orb of Deception. Wow.
I think it's the double Doran's ring that we have there, and the Abyssal Scepter lowering the magic resist.
Kaigo is a pretty solid AP player. We might see an engage going down here. They're not going to defend the turret, but Monkey's going to go in with the ultimate. Alistar going to stun DIY, Magane going to use ultimate, and there's no way that Carters could survive that, but JaeYoong is just going to tumble in, going to try to stay in range, and wow, JaeYoong doing tons of damage. Going to try to take down Solindra right here. It's going to go down. WeYY probably going to go down as well. Team KLH look like they have the advantage now, but no. They're going to do so much damage, and Team Manila Eagles have actually aced Team KLH. They have actually stacked too close, and that was probably not the right thing to do.
I think it was more of they decided to engage onto Nocturne and allow Koki outside there to have his Gatling gun on and to throw in his missiles.
And I think that Team Manila Eagles are just going to end the game right now. They are not going to spawn anytime soon. The only one that's coming out will be Golden's in a while, in 2 seconds, and I'm just curious to see whether they could actually end the game right now.
I think they may not be able to end. They may, I'm not sure. Misery does flash around.
And they are just focusing the Nexus.
Out.
And this is GG
And
for
that is
Team
GG.
Manila Eagles. Very well played there.
So as we talked about this before, Manila Eagles pulling out another amazing play, first against Taipei Assassins to bring them down for the first time, and now really amazing play, really timed and executed strategy is what I was talking about before. The strategy to dominate the blue buff and then to continuously attain Dragon, deny
they
all the
basically
extra
secured
gold.
all the objectives.
Yes, and that basically wore up the screen.
Alright, so now we're just going to go into the scoreboard to have a quick look at the champions' items. And yeah, you see Misery at 2-11, he was quite important in the game. He had many ganks, I believe. Yep. And that Paranoia of his allowing them to take Dragon with ease. I mean Baron.
Baron, yes.
Yep. Alright, so definitely I say that VYY, Rebenga and Kaigu all did very, very well. They carried the team, they worked together as a team, and every one of them had their contributions. So Team Manila Eagles, congratulations, and they definitely played a solid game.
Yes, congratulations, definitely a GG. And Manila Eagles was the only team who had 2 players to reach 200 mark. KL Hunters did not reach 200 CS at all. So definitely, we always saw they won in lane dominance in CS, they won in the team fights to secure objectives. Definitely, this is one of the more, I would say, solid matches that anybody who's learning how to play should definitely watch this match and realize that how teamwork and what sort of objectives should be done. So yes.
Alright, so we're going to go for a commercial break really soon, but before that we're going to tell the next game that we are going to be shown is Team Bangkok Titans versus Team what was it? Sorry, Team Saigon Jokers.
Yes.
Yep. Sorry, slipped my mind for a moment. So it will be happening in a while after our commercial break, so just stay tuned and
We'll see you then.
Yep, we'll see you then.
It's the biggest League of Legends event yet.
The best players from around the globe are competing for the biggest prize pool in the history of esports.
Announcing the Season 2 World Championship. Riot and the entire League of Legends community have been watching Season 2 unfold, and the competition has been fierce. Early leaders like SK Gaming, CLG, TSM, and Dignitas quickly emerged, but upstarts such as MIG, World Elite, and Moscow 5 have exploded onto the scene.
Wanted to make a statement to players around the world when we committed to a multi-million-dollar prize pool. League of Legends will be an esports leader for years to come. So far, we've awarded over $1 million in prize money to teams around the globe. And one of those teams is going to walk away with the grand prize. We can't wait to see how many summoners watch the rest of this season's events. Just halfway through the season, more people are watching League of Legends than tune in to watch Major League Baseball games on ESPN.
The regional finals will come to you live from around the world. We kick off in mainland China at ChinaJoy in July, followed by Europe at Gamescom in August, North America at PAX Prime in September, Southeast Asia, Singapore and Taiwan, and wrapping up in Korea at the OnGameNet Esports Stadium. After the regional winners have been declared, the top 12 teams will then put it all on the line during the Season 2 World Championship in Los Angeles, California.
We want to show our players and the world that Riot Games is committed to elevating esports. And that's why we are raising the bar to where it belongs. This is not going to be your typical esport event. And it's all in support of the insane competition between the two best teams on the planet.
The Season 2 World Championship. Tickets go on sale this summer.
Hello Summoners, Tuner here with another episode of In the League, your weekly GPL show. The epic rematch between the Singapore Sentinels and the Taipei Assassins is going to take place this Saturday. And to find out how they're preparing for this big rematch, we're going to go have a chat with the Sentinels top killer, SGS Tofu.
Well, we've been training more this week, like 8 to 12 hours a day. We've been preparing against TPA, trying to form good team competitions against them, figuring out the picks and bans. Sometimes we just like hang out and I don't know, we on our computer we play our own games like Tetris. Sometimes we just hang out, go eat, play pool, you know, things like that. Yeah.
Any pillow fights?
No, no pillow fights.
And that's what he said, but can we take his word for it? We set up a hidden camera in the team's training room to find out what really goes on behind closed doors.
No pillow fights.
Last episode, we asked the public who would win between SGS and TPA. And for this week, we're going to ask our very own GMs for their opinions.
Okay, I think SGS will win. Hemi has promised us that his team will win this time. If SGS doesn't win, Hemi, Chaoyi and Tofu will do 500 push-ups this time.
I think SGS will win because we had a secret agreement with TPA previously and we were supposed to let them win for the matches before this. So this is the one that we will win. So we will win.
Okay, it's probably going to be TP that will win. I don't have anything against Chaoyi, but I think he's not a very consistent player. He might let the team down again.
TPA will win because they've been beating SGS all this time, and in terms of their overall team gameplay, they seem to be a lot more disciplined, whereas SGS still has some training and some working out the kinks to go. So for me this weekend, unfortunately, I think it'll be TPA still.
So I think the Singapore Sentinels are going to win because they've been doing some special shape training exercises, and regardless of whether they win or not, I think it's going to be a really exciting match to commentate.
And it's time to announce last episode's contest winners. Congratulations to Kev Jumbuzz for liking, commenting, and subscribing to our channel. You win yourself a cool Mondo t-shirt. Creative nickname, by the way. I also hit a quiz in last week's video, and you guys are sharp enough to figure it out. And here are the winners. Rainbow Dash, Bisonomy, and No One Someone. You guys win a 10-win IP boost courtesy of Jasmine. And that's it for this week. If you guys enjoyed the show, please subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos right here. Until next time, this is Tuna, signing off.
Hello, welcome back to the GPL. I am your host for today. My name is Joey, and joining me today is...
I'm Justin, and glad to be back here for week 7 of GPL.
Yep, this is day 3, and just now we have witnessed a very exciting match and a very solid match by Team Manila Eagles taking down Team KL Hunters in 27 minutes. So, very well done to Team Manila Eagles. So
definitely, it was a very solid play brought up by Manila Eagles. I think it's the same solid play that actually brought down Taipei Assassins. Now, it has been a few weeks actually since we have seen Manila Eagles come out with this solid play.
Yep.
And it's amazing to see when it actually does come out, you know, when everything falls into place. I wouldn't say that KL Hunters played a bad game, but they played a solid game as well, just that they were not prepared for this sort of strategy. So, if you were listening to what I was saying before, when it comes down to the game, it is the strategies, it is the champions that came down to it finally that won it for Manila Eagles. So congratulations once again to you out there. You got to beat JaeYoong's statement, yes,
yeah,
out
you
there.
proved him wrong.
We are disappointed here on the side of Malaysia, where we're casting from currently.
Well, but Manila Eagles definitely played a great game.
Yes,
and
definitely.
kudos to them.
Kudos, definitely to them. Well played. We'll actually be talking to you about a few of the upcoming events at the moment. Now, earlier in the cast, I did mention the IPL that's currently being played. So, For the Malaysian qualifiers, today at 4 p.m. we already had casted the top 8. Now next week on the 7th of July, which is a Saturday, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. we will be doing the cast of the semi-finals and the finals.
Yep, and for those of you who are interested, the teams that made it through are Team KL Hunters, Executed Abyss and Team Orange Esports. So well done to these 4 teams, and they'll be playing in the games next week. Alright, so now I'm just going to announce the Season 2 qualifiers for Malaysians. Alright, so for the first one, we're going to see the North region at A Station, Kampa, at 8 July. And for the South region, it will be Blue Dolphin Internet Cafe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
21st of July. And the Central region at none other than FTZasia.net, where we had our first anniversary party on the 28th of July. So, each region winner will actually receive 1,500 ringgit in cash. So if you want to know more details, you can go on to our forum and check it out.
Yeah, on the side of Singapore, the prizes that we'll be getting is slightly different. For Singapore, since they do not have 3 regions, the prizes are consolidated, and the first place will actually get 1,200 Singapore dollars for the team, as well as Logitech gaming keyboards and mouses for each of the players. The second place winners will get Singapore dollar 1,000, and the third place will get 800 Singapore dollars. So definitely a lot of money being put up there
but
for
actually
IPL.
that one was for IPL, and the one I was talking about was for Season 2, so don't mix it up. Alright, so now we are going to give a bit of coverage for the post-Singapore anniversary party. So the video is, we can see the pictures right here. We can see Leo Jaguar, Charlene in the picture on the top left. We can see Jahuti and Elliot in the middle picture, Galaxy and Nur in the bottom left picture, and you can see Singapore Sentinels at the bottom right picture. And the crowd was really, really huge at Funan Digital Life Mall in Singapore. So if you want to read more about the event, you can read James Haley's report on the event at the forum, and there's a video as well.
And the video actually you did saw, if you were watching in a commercial break, the video was shown there. So definitely a lot of exciting things. We got to meet a lot of the game masters. We got to meet many of the fans and the pro players there. Many people walked away with amazing gear that they had won from the lucky draws or from the mini games. It was definitely one of the more exciting events. If you did miss out on it, please do check out Sally's report on the forums. So yes, we actually will be going into the characters, the Champion Select screen now. So yes.
Right, so on the blue team, we have Team Saigon Jokers having first ban, first pick, and on the right side, we have Team Bangkok Titans on the purple team having second pick. So we see a very quick ban right here there by Team Saigon Jokers taking out Anivia, and BKT responding with the Jenna ban, not as commonly banned as last time, but still nevertheless a very strong support champion.
I think it's aimed at Nixwater. Now the AP Jana being played by Nixwater was devastating.
Devastating is the word. And Anivia ban was, I'm not too sure whether Leah plays that Anivia often, but Anivia is such a strong champion, don't you agree?
Definitely in late game or in mid game where she lays down her ice field, and anybody who walks into it is slowed, receives damage. It's definitely one of the things that they don't want to go through.
And the Malphite and Morgana getting taken out really, really quickly. Shen getting taken out by Team BKT. And Malphite, I would say is the flavor of the month champion.
Yes,
everyone is using Malphite, not just as the top laner, but as a jungler as well. And he is proved to be a very, very potent champion.
So the first one, similar to the game before this, Violet picking up Nocturne as the first pick from Saigon Jokers.
Too bad we're not going to see it. Shen or Twisted Fate, this is going to be taken out instantly by Team Bangkok Titans. And yeah, they're just locked in by SAJ Violet. Going to secure that jungler first, and we will see an Alista for Team Bangkok Titans.
I think definitely Alista would be a good pick. Or we see Tarek possibly being picked up, and we see Alista as predicted.
Yep, Alista definitely a very strong pick. Any team would actually, prioritize Alista simply because he's so good as a support and a jungler as well.
Yes, definitely. But with Tarek being picked up there, most likely Tarek will be the support. I highly doubt Tarek will go jungle, so it'll be an Alistair jungle, a Tarek support.
Or it could be a Tarek top lane. Have you seen that?
I have, but I have not seen that in GPL. It would be surprising to actually see that happen. Very quickly, Graves being selected by Saigon Jokers.
I kind of forgot about Graves because he was banned last game, but here he is again.
Here he is again, making his appearance.
And Team Saigon Jokers play quite good Graves, and what will we see to complement the Graves will be a Soraka.
It'll be interesting to see a Soraka and yes, Soraka.
Soraka and Graves being so strong, being able to sustain in lane and being able to
dish out all that damage as well, yes.
Right, so both champions have been locked in by Saigon Jokers, and how they're going to respond? They're going to respond by that Tarek and Koki. We have seen that Tarek Koki combination quite a few times already.
Yes, in fact, in the last game, we saw the Koki Tarek combination
by Team Manila
Eagles, and it did really well.
Yes, definitely it did. Just waiting on Zeres to pick his champion. Would he be picking his AP, and Rise is going to get taken up by Team Bangkok Titans, and I want to see what Team Saigon Jokers would do to counter a Rise.
That's a lot of heart to see. Tarek with a stun. If Rise does get picking up with his Runic Prison, the pulverized by Alistair, definitely
a lot of CC on Team Bangkok Titans. And
it will definitely help out those gangs in lane with either Tarek being able to stun before Alistair comes in, or Rise being able to throw up his Runic Prison. But look, it's a change to Ari.
Well, do you know that Rise is a counter to Ari? Simply because his Rune Prison allows him to immobilize her in place and just burst her down. What will we see Team Saigon Jokers do? Could it be a jungle Ari? I don't think so.
No, I highly doubt it's going to be a jungle Ari.
We were just talking about it earlier.
An AP Alistair, no, I highly doubt that.
It was quite popular in Season 1, I believe, AP Alistair, but his ratios has been nerfed quite.
Ooh, Poppy!
And this is something I've never seen. I haven't seen Poppy for quite some time. How about you?
Yeah, Poppy has been one of these underrated champions that many people have chosen to like leave her out and not leave so much that Cassiopeia. Wow.
Oh, and I can see what Nick's Water is going. He's going to go for his fancy schmancy builds again.
His Cassiopeia, I've played against his Cassiopeia, and his Cassiopeia is very, very aggressive. Now, I'm going to be a bit of a segue here. When I was playing, someone played Cassiopeia top lane against one of our GMs, and the amount of harass that could be dished out was insane. So yeah.
Incredible. Cassiopeia is such a strong champion, and I think she will do quite well against Ari due to the fact that her poisons allow her to actually dominate the lane earlier than Ari.
Yes, definitely.
And we couldn't see it.
It was a Darius now, it's a Vladimir, so double AP perhaps?
Yeah, both teams. I'm interested to see how Team Saigon Jokers are going to utilize Poppy.
But it's back to Darius again.
Whether they'll play her like a bruiser or maybe like more of an AP type of bruiser. So we are just dying to find out, because both actually work really well on Poppy.
Yeah, I mean, with her diplomatic immunity, being able to isolate out, certain players is definitely going to be very interesting. So if
it's interesting to see how Poppy players would actually use the ultimate. Yes. You could actually use it on someone you want to get rid of really quickly, or you could just use it on maybe a support that doesn't dish out any damage. You could allow you to just destroy the other champions. Yeah, there's so many ways to play Poppy.
Yeah, use diplomatic immunity on, for instance, Koki, and Koki can only deal damage to you, nobody else, and that's going to be very interesting, preventing him from dealing any sort of damage in fights.
And both teams look to have a pretty solid comp, but I'm liking Team Bangkok Titans, the comp, simply because they have far superior CC.
Yes. I think definitely if Bangkok Titans goes in for an invade, it's going to be very interesting.
You see the charm by Ari, the stun by Tarek, as well as that pulverize from Alistar. There's no way anyone would survive that.
Yeah, and if Koki gets his Phosphorus Bomb at level 1, it's going to be very interesting. So we are going into the 3-minute delay at the moment.
Alright, so now let's have a look at QTV as the Poppy. We're going to see his runes and his masteries. Alright, so let's have a look at the runes. Flat magic resist, flat armor, magic penetration, and movement speed. Interesting. So probably she might go for that early Triforce, maybe some GP5. And let's have a look at the masteries. And pretty standard, going to go for the 921, opting to take magic penetration, allowing her first skill, which is, I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of it. It's called Devastating Blow, which does percentage of maximum health, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, that is right.
And it's actually affected by AP.
Yes, it scales with AP.
It scales with AP. So she has taken up a lot of those defensive masteries, going to be able to sustain against that Darius, but I think that if an early gank top would be quite good against Darius, she'll be allow her to dominate the lane because she scales really well with items, scales well into late game, and she's overall a really, really strong champion.
Yes. I'm actually quite interested to see what Nyx Water is running with Cassiopeia.
Oh yeah.
Now he's known for this very aggressive play, but what will Nyx Water actually have? Will he have magic penetration? Or
Definitely
will
he will have magic penetration.
Mana regen, flat magic pen, ability power per level.
Hoping to go for a very, very painful Cassiopeia.
Oh yes.
With the AP per level and that flat AP as well as that mana regen, going to allow him to spam all his miasmas and his noxious blast and all
his
sorts
twin
of
fang as well. Yeah,
all sorts of nonsense.
It is going to be very interesting. Yes. On the Masteries, I believe it should be standard. Yep.
Hey, no, he's running his usual sort of hybrid Mastery.
It's standard for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's standard for him. With
Wow.
magic pen and as per normal. So
Wow,
yes.
he actually took that health regen, to stay in lane even longer. Took that magic resist as well as that mana regen. So, yeah, pretty solid masteries there by Nyx Water. Not going to compromise on any of the other abilities. Although he could go for more AP, but I believe
I think he's going for like the best of both worlds. So he can be aggressive, he has some sort of sustain from that little bit of regen from there. Now we do know that his map awareness is really, really good already. So he doesn't need superior amounts of health or very large mana health regeneration. So that little bit will definitely help him out in the long run. But if Ari can land a charm, Foxfire into Orb of Deception, now that will bring down Cassiopeia really, really fast.
Well, we have seen how Nyx Water plays, and if he opts to build tanky, that will be a different story altogether.
That would be interesting to see Cassiopeia with a Warmog.
I think I actually played against Nyx Water, and you know what he ran? He actually ran Boots of Swiftness. He ran that early tier, and he ran 2 Warmogs. And I was a bit stupid.
I mean, how do you deal with that?
I was a bit dumbfounded, so I decided to ignore him.
I think the name of the game is not really that Warmogs work, but it's because of this unconventional, mindset that you throw to your opponents. Now, what you deal with it. So yes, on the team of Saigon Jokers, it's definitely very interesting to see what they're actually doing. So yes.
Alright, let's go into the team introduction. Today playing mid would be Nyx Water, top QTV, AD carry Violet, support Melody, and jungle Junie. As for the other two, they're subs Mihi and Tukai. So, and we going on to team Bangkok Titans, have a look at their lineup.
So very quickly, we have BKT NVM on AD carry, we have Gino top, we have Xerus in jungle, we have AP carry Leah, we have Matt doing AD carry and support of Roti.
Right now, we are just going to go into the game. The game has already begun. Both teams are actually going to head into the game, going to go on to the middle lane, maybe see and invade this game as how we saw against from Team KL Hunters and Team Manila Eagles last game.
It doesn't look that way.
You'll never know.
Simply because they are already spreading out really well at the moment, Bangkok Titans, and as well as Saigon Jokers are now finally moving out.
And Alista spots that wild Soraka roaming around. And nothing much is going on actually. I do not see an invade coming from either team. Probably just going to secure their own buffs. And Junie is just going to go forward and taunt. He's going to throw out his first skill, which is actually called the Dustbringer. I keep forgetting what it's called. Actually increases movement speed and increases the attack damage while he's in Dustbringer.
When he's on the Dustbringer's area, yes.
Alright, so probably that Team Saigon Joker is going to start that double golems, as we're going to see that early raid by Junie. Probably we're going to see an early gank, I think.
Possible. I'm uncertain whether it's going to be an early gank or not.
Or maybe just going to take the raid to allow him to clear the jungle faster. I do not know. Because Nocturne early game compared to Alistar is not going to be ganked as effectively. And you see a Roti and Geno going to head up to top lane. Going to plant that early ward, so to allow that
to allow Darius to farm up there. Yes.
Darius to farm up and prevent incoming ganks. But it's quite seldom that I see that ward being played so early in the game.
I think in recent times, because of the recent matches over the past week or so, where many players have gotten surprises at top lanes, lane swaps, and things of that nature.
Yep. And as well as early ganks on the top lane that's just going to mess your early game really badly, especially as a top laner.
And true enough, Junie has going back into the jungle and not opting to actually gank, which I think is the wiser choice.
You see Nixwater and Lia going at it in the middle lane. Nixwater being very, very comfortable. QTV not going to receive any damage from his swing. I don't know what it's called again. Please forgive me. And it's actually called Decimate. Yeah, it's not going to, because of his Poppy's passive. What's it called? I'm sorry.
Today is the name of Name the Skills.
Yep, Valiant Fighter apparently. She takes 50% reduced damage from skills, as I believe.
Yes, if I'm not mistaken, that is the correct ratio.
Right, I
but
think.
we do see Nocturne going up there, easily spotted by Darius, and Darius is actually moving back.
I'm sorry, I'm spacing out for a moment, but we're going to see that Nocturne is going to hit into the jungle of Team Bangkok Titans, and Alistar and Darius is going to try to catch him out, but that Nocturne's going to hit, probably going to get spotted by him, and we're going to see an engage on top lane by Junie.
Ooh, the spell she goes off really quickly, flash above.
Flash, opting not to take exhaust was quite a good choice this game. Usually we see Nocturne with that early exhaust.
Yes.
So
But that didn't happen, and that actually saved him. But then again, Nixwater already was there to intercept if anything were to go down, which I think was really good response time on the side of Saigon Jokers.
Yep. And you see the invade on the buffs. That mid laner must be ready to react at a second's notice.
Yes, of course.
Instantly. So we see that Team Saigon Jokers pushing the creeps to Team Bangkok Titans turret. And nothing much is going on.
If you did not notice, Melody actually healed one of the creeps to prevent Corky from getting it.
Yeah, that is quite an annoying tactic.
It definitely is, but I'm not sure how.
Wow, and we're probably going to see the first blood here by Team Saigon Jokers, and is he going to go down?
Very close.
No, he's not going to go down.
Wow, but Nocturne is close by.
That exhaust from Tarek, was it Tarek?
Yes,
Yeah, exhaust from Tarek actually saved NVM, and he's going to allow him to regenerate in that lane. But now that the Graves already burned his ignite, and no, he did not use his flash.
He did not use his flash. But if he did go in for the flash, a single shot would have
taken him down.
But he also
definitely.
would have been in tower range, and at such a low level of level 3, that would not have been one of the best choices made out there. So
Yep, but now Graves still has his flash up, and he's going to be able to. Wow. And we see
I just like how he's camping there.
It's very sneaky Alistar. And he's going to wait for the Darius to come to the top lane.
Allowing Poppy to just push out the lane a little bit further. Oh,
and she's going to push him out and going to go for that
actually,
overrise.
that was a really
What? But I don't understand that
early.
premature. Yeah, that premature combo. Probably should not have revealed himself so early. But I think that he realized that Poppy might just be going back after that creep wave.
Yes, I think that allowed Darius to actually farm up that pretty significant size creep wave from there.
So Poppy has already gone back, and nothing much is happening. We have not seen the first blood from either team, but Team Saigon Jokers are leading in goal 600 goal lead over Bangkok Titans.
I actually like how Graves is using his buckshot to the maximum potential whenever it's up. He's basically using it because Soraka is there to replenish his mana, so being able to lay down that harass
Definitely.
and push the lane to the tower so Corky would possibly lure out with a few CS.
And today we see Nixwater going very standard build for Cassiopeia, opting for that double Dorans for more spam, more mana regen, and more ability power.
Now it's quite rare that you actually see AP carries still carrying around mana pots, but at the rate Nixwater is spending,
Yeah.
he needs that mana pot.
Yeah, I don't really use mana pots as well, but I suppose for an AP carry, Nixwater.
He wants to stay in lane longest. He wants to be there.
And you
he
see a
wants
trade
to be
on
safe.
top lane with Darius and Poppy. Going to take the Poppy down to half HP, but Poppy's going to back off safely. Poppy actually going for that standard GP5, probably going to go for that Philo Stone as well as maybe a Heart of
Heart
Gold.
of Gold, yes.
There's nothing much. Oh, and we see Junie is being very, very sneaky here at the top lane. Going to wait for.
Everybody's playing the camping game. Oh, Juno actually getting out. Will the fear go off? The fear does go
Oh,
off.
but going to miss that Dustbringer, and Juno going to actually escape easily. Probably they could have coordinated their skills a bit better. Right?
Oh, look at that ultimate by Nixwater. Right at the edge of his ultimate. That was amazing. Catching Ari and immediately into Miasma and Twin Fang.
That was so beautiful.
Oh, that was amazing, amazing placement right at the edge.
Alright, you need to calm down, Justin.
I mean, that was definitely one of the most beautiful plays I've seen in a while. So yeah.
I see that. Oh, Team Saigon Jokers going to go in for that invade on the blue buff and going to get caught by Tarek and Pocky.
Was Saigon Jokers paying attention to the last match when KLH's blue buff got stolen?
Alright, so this is something. Now we see that Saigon Jokers have a 1.2k goal advantage. So Team Bangkok Titans are not far behind. They can still catch up. The game is still anyone's game. Definitely.
Dragon has not been taken yet. It's only been 1 kill thus far. So definitely they have a very, very strong chance in still coming back. It is still relatively early in the game. It's only now 8 minutes into the game.
And interesting what placement there. They're going to be allowing Team Bangkok Titans to actually check out for any incoming invades for the middle lane. I mean ganks, not invades.
What's interesting is that Alistair has stolen the big rave while Junie was right there doing his raid buff.
Yes, that is interesting
They
to watch.
saw him there, but he just didn't want to respond to it.
I think he was more interested in the raid buff.
I think besides that, Nocturne actually was pretty low as well. And Cassiopeia's mana is low, whereas Ari on the other hand does have Spirit Rush up. The mana is pretty high, so if he went on a 2-on-2 fight, Saigon just.
But here we're going to see that Next Water is going to secure his blue along with Nocturne. Definitely going to take it without any contest. We don't see that Alistar is anywhere near the blue, and yeah, he's just going to take it. Yeah, now he's going to secure the blue buff, and that Ari is going to be quite sad, I would say.
It's going to be a little bit sad simply because he doesn't have a blue buff. But we do see Nocturne going up there, but Darius coming down to plant a ward, perhaps?
Oh yeah, he's just planting a ward to prevent any incoming ganks. And we don't see any action as in any kills on the top lane, I mean by Poppy and Darius yet. Because both of them are actually quite tanky at the moment, but QTV using the devastating blow, going to go in with the ultimate Junie, going to land that fear on Geno, and QTV going to push him back, and they're going to Ignite, going to go on to Geno, and this is definitely a kill for Team Saigon Jokers. Very well done there.
I think that was very nicely played. Poppy brought him down, brought Darius down a little bit, brought his life a little bit down, waited for the cooldowns to actually come up again before Paranoia went off when Nocturne flew in and then ready to slam him again backwards, preventing his escape. I thought that was very nicely planned out by Saigon Jokers.
Junie is such a sneaky jungler. Opting to come from the tower and you know that the top river is warded. Very well played there. And I think he knew that the Darius had no flash simply because he had flashed just a while ago.
Yeah, he just flashed a while ago, and the flash is actually coming off cooldown relatively soon.
So let's have a look at the CS difference between both teams, and it looks like Graves is winning the CS battle at the bottom lane.
Next Water winning at mid, 85.
And Alistar is trying to come in for that sneaky gang but not being able to do so. Gonna get spotted there. Nocturne gonna respawn and probably going down to the bottom lane. And we see that Alistar has picked up the early oracles, very wise there. But he has only one GP5 at the moment, which is that Philosopher's Stone.
I think that's quite fine at the moment because it's just reached a 10-minute mark, so it obviously could be a little bit better, but it's not actually.
Oh, we see that Team Saigon Jokers actually going to sneakily do this dragon. All 5 of them are around.
But Roti does see it. Roti's coming in with Alistar.
They're not being able to do anything. Zera's going to take tons of damage and he's just going, but Team Saigon Jokers is going to secure this dragon. And wow, and Koki going to take down that Soraka, but Team Saigon Jokers, nothing can be done for Next Water. Is going to get taken down. Poppy doing so much damage right there. Junie going to run away, but Geno is chasing him, going to get feared. And no, Geno's going to take another kill. Probably Poppy's going to go down as well. We're going to pop her ultimate on that Tarek and going to try to escape. But will she escape in time? And Violet going to chase down NVM, but Violet takes down NVM, and we're going to see a 2-on-2 here at the bottom lane. Tarek going down really, really low, and Geno going to back off as well. Wow, that was really exciting.
I think what was interesting actually in the analysis of the whole thing was that because Next Water, who was playing Cassiopeia, did use her ultimate and it only affected Alistar, that was the main of why Saigon Jokers lost.
Well, technically they did not lose because I think they secured the dragon. Did they?
I mean, the engage could have come out much better. They could have saved a lot more players. And once
I just think that he doesn't want to allow that Alistar to smite steal that dragon.
But Alistair, what he did was he just broke out of it, and that was the end. So I'm not sure if that was actually that wise, because once the ultimate went off by Nick's Water, he got bursted down by Ari and he couldn't do anything else about it. Ari just spirit rush into
Look at
an
Nick's
opposite
Water
section.
gonna use that was it not Miasma, is it? Noxious Blast and that Twin Fang to great effect. Gonna push her back to half HP and running back to the tower. QTV doing quite well. He's at 2 kills to nothing. No deaths at the moment, and he has actually racked up that Philostone and that Heart of Gold and going for that Shin. Gonna go for the Triforce build if I'm not mistaken, or maybe a Lich Bane.
Possibly a Lich Bane.
Team Saigon Jokers has timed the blue buff again, and they are going to take it without much problem.
Bangkok Titans knows it and is moving in, just waiting for the correct time, but they already have secured the blue buff and a little bit too late.
Yep. Well, very well played there. Solid game by Saigon Jokers. And Ari has not received a blue buff yet, which is pretty sad. Not being able to catch up to the CS of Cassiopeia. And Graves 2-0, as well as having quite a huge CS lead to Corky. Corky is trying to go for that early Lantern, I believe. Seeing how the way he's building, or probably that Page.
Possibly.
And QTV not going to take a lot of damage from that Decimate from Darius, simply because she's quite tanky now with that Heart of Gold and that Philostone, and she's going to be able to trade much better with him. But we see probably an engage on the top lane. Xera's going to go in, headbutt, pulverize, ultimate on Xera's, and going to try to focus that Darius.
Going down quite low.
And both of it, they're actually getting kited around. Nick's Water moving really quickly. Going to miss the Noxious Blast, going to miss that Miasma, but going to hit with the ultimate going to go off on Xera's as well. But this is probably not the best thing that Nick's Water can do. Team Saigon Jokers can do. And he's going to get caught here by Xera's. Going to miss that dodge. Going to dodge that charm and going to get killed by Geno instead. Well, very well played there by Bangkok Titans.
I think what's interesting to note is that this is the second time that Nick's Water launches his ultimate on Alistair, and Alistair just breaks out of it instantly, wasting it out there. So I don't know if that was the best play by Nick's Water, but you did see him try to juke.
Yep, I think that Nick's Water did not expect that much backup. Really.
Yeah, because Ari came in and that was the backup. The orb of deception being thrown out there, and there was a lot of damage.
Probably if the Ari wasn't there, they'll be able to secure the kills. So
possibly, yes.
Sorry. And we see that bottom tower is actually really low on HP, and it's not looking good for Team Bangkok Titans. Although they've secured the kill on Nick's Water, but they're still quite far behind.
What's interesting to note is that Saigon Jokers both have 5 kills with Bangkok Titans, but the goal disparity is about 2,000.
So this is the fact that they have actually taken that early dragon. And we see a gang onto Geno again. And QTV is going to go really low, but Junie is just going to hit him down. Wow, very well played there.
So yeah, once again, Poppy pushing Alistair away. I think what's interesting is that Alistair can headbutt and Poppy just smacks him away. So yeah.
Yeah, and Poppy is actually really low at the moment, but Alistair is going to defend top lane for him, and he needs to be careful because a combo could take him down. And we see that at the bottom is trading with Graves, and that premature pop of ulti by Tarek is kind of wasted, simply because they are not choosing to go in and engage him.
I think I like that taunt. Tarek actually started dancing after that. I think it's simply because Tarek wanted to deal additional damage. It wasn't to buff Corky's damage, but so when he's smash it, you do deal damage within.
When I see a Tarek ulti, I instinctively think that you want to go in for the kill. So, but that didn't happen. And VM was quite low on mana. So.
And Ari is finally being able to secure her blue.
And Abyssal Scepter getting picked up by Ari. Soraka getting Oracle's Elixir, and the items from Cassiopeia not coming out as fast as Ari. Though she does have that Sorcerer's Boots, but the Abyssal Scepter came out first for Ari.
Just a little bit earlier, I do believe that once Nick's Water does go back, he would be fine, because he did pick up a couple of wards. So,
that's right. Geno going to pull Nick's Water inside. Wow, Lia going to miss that. She actually takes the ultimate to the face, but Nick's Water going to take so much damage. Geno doing a very nice pull, and Junie probably going to get caught here, but no, he's going to go back to safety of his tower. Wow, and Nick's Water is just getting caught in this game.
It definitely is getting caught, and what's interesting is that he did launch his ultimate up there when he was flying in mid-air.
Well, actually, he caught that Ari, but that was not enough to save him from dying.
Definitely, there was a lot of damage being dealt out. The moment the ward was
He should be really, really careful. His spell shield goes down and he's going to be taken down instantly by Geno, and another ultimate going down, but not being able to do any damage to Poppy, who pop a diplomatic immunity.
Yep.
But still, he's going to go down, and Team Bangkok Titans are showing their mettle in this game.
Oh, definitely showing who's boss, and it looks like they are going to take the dragon out there. It should be relatively uncontested with only Graves and Soraka being alive at the moment. I mean, in all the team fights that we see here, they're aiming down Nixwater, and once Nixwater goes down, it's becoming a relatively easy fight.
Yep.
Because
and
Cassiopeia
definitely the Darius is doing very well. He has been doing a lot of clutch pulls.
Yeah, yes, the pull on Cassiopeia, that was good.
Yeah,
Graves being a little bit late on his ultimate there.
Yep.
And Bangkok Titans securing Blue for Ari.
Finally. And it'll be interesting to see what items the Darius comes up with. He already has a Hex Drinker, probably going to go for the early more Mortius. And I don't see an Oracles for Team Bangkok Titans, do I? I think that Alistar had that early Oracles, but I'm not too sure he lost it.
I believe he had the early Oracle and he did lose it when the gank happened.
Oh, and Nixwater still unable to pick up his Abyssal Scepter yet, so he's going to need to farm up and try to avoid getting ganked for a while, try to get back into the game. But Ari doing so much burst damage.
I think it was more of the caught. Once they got caught, he basically got locked in that position and it was the end of it. I think in most of the players, except perhaps for Nocturne, which is a little bit tankier, if they do get caught and locked in position, that will spell the end of that champion's reign.
Yep, definitely. So, bottom lane not doing too shabby for Team Bangkok Titans as well, and he has managed to pick up 2 kills, and the Grace has also 2 kills as well, but the CS difference is not that huge, just about 20 plus. And you can see that he's going to go for that early Trinity Force. It's such a good item on Corki.
Definitely.
Corki and what other ADs use Triforce? I think mostly
Ezreal.
Corki, yeah. Ezreal and Corki.
Ezreal as well.
Because they are hybrid and
ooh, look at that.
magical
Both
damage.
walking past each other, trading a little bit of blows.
Actually, I think Junie didn't take any damage from that. Alright, Geno being quite tanky. He's going to go for that Phage and a Frozen Mallet, probably. Or maybe a Trinity Force.
I think he's going to go into a Frozen Mallet.
Definitely.
It seems more appropriate.
Well,
Next
Poppy-
water securing his blue.
Yep.
No problem there.
And will we see another invade on top lane?
It looks like it's going to be a 5-on-5 team fight on top.
Oh,
With everybody posturing there, but Graves is
Graves just pushing like a
sneakily
boss.
pushing at the bottom. Ari will be met by Nixwater, so he won't be able to actually go up there. But if Ari continues to go, which he is, Nixwater looks like he won't be able to push up the lane, and
secure the middle tower.
I'm not sure if he could actually secure the middle tower, but definitely push the middle tower and chip it down a little bit more, slowly by slowly bringing it down.
Well, I think that T-Cycle Jokers know something is up because they don't see anyone on the map, and all of them are playing really, really cautious. Junie and QTV knowing something is up, they have experience, they played together for such a long time, and they know they have quite good coordination with each other.
I think what's interesting is that Bangkok Titans chose to stay up in the top lane there, camping for some time, and that basically meant that they lost out in CS in the lanes and they allowed their lanes to be pushed. Now, whether it was worth it, I don't think so.
Yep,
but
definitely not worth it.
if they did manage to get a kill on top, then it would have been.
Yep, but
So
definitely
it's one
now-
of those gambles.
Yeah, and it didn't pay off for Team Bangkok Titans, and we see a 50 CS lead on Graves. So he's doing very, very well at this point, and he picked up his ID already.
It's interesting to see that Alistar has boots of swiftness.
Well, oh yes, that's instead of taking that usually the mobility boots, I think he's opting to go for sustained speed. Just really, as in mobile, but
He has always 3 movement speed as compared to the 5, which may be
Yeah.
reduced to 2 if he does receive any sort of damage.
or if he's in combat, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and so as long as he receives damage or deals damage, it gets reduced to 2.
And we see top lane tower going to go down for Team Saigon Jokers. So Team Bengal Titans managing to secure a tower as well. So 1 tower for each team at this
And
point.
Violet looks like he's taking Violet's taking the bottom tower. A
Wow.
lot of pings going off by Bangkok Titans. Tower goes down easily.
Yeah, and that trade probably wasn't the best.
Oh, Nick's Water catching.
And this is a nice, beautiful catch there by Nick's Water. This is the ultimate he wanted to land. They landed on Alisa this time, and they are certainly going to kill this turret. There's nothing he can do.
Rotes going down so far.
Ouch, and Nick's Water doing so good with his ultimate, being able to catch that cocky right at the point he
Leah's
wanted.
charm misses, which actually could have spelled disaster, but no.
Yep.
It is 8 for 8 at the moment in the score, but in the terms of goal, we do see that Saigon Jokers is leading up there simply because they have taken Dragon before this. And also that the farm is doing really well, that 50 CS lead.
You mean 70 CS lead right now?
Yes, in fact, yes, it is 70 CS.
And you see the AP carries going to go even with each other in terms of CS, but Nick's Water has that kill advantage, although Ari has assists, many more assists than
I think it kind of balance each other out.
Yep.
The 3 kills with the 6 assists on that sort of end, but we also do see that Kesoke has 3 deaths, but Ari only has 2.
Right, and they're going to secure this blue right now for Ari. Ari definitely needs that blue. She's doing lots of damage for Team Bangkok Titans. They need to protect her as well as protect the Koki. And, well, Leah doing, not Leah, as in the Darius is doing pretty well this game. He's going to go really tanky. Going to go to Frozen Medal and at more, and going to be able to tank a lot more in team fights later.
That definitely is true. Now, we do see, because Grace has the Infinity Edge, he's going to be so much more potent than Corki. But however, once Corki gets his Trinity Force out, he'll come back into the game and he should be able to deal significant damage.
Yeah, his Catapulting Gun as well as Phosphorus Bomb and his ultimate is going to do a lot of damage. But Melody going to spot that Ward in a Tri-Brush, rewarding it with ease. No one's going to stop her. And both the supports actually have Oracles at this moment. And we're going to see that Dragon has already spawned, so both teams going to head on towards Dragon.
All pinging at the moment.
Alright, so BKT trying to get this Dragon. Definitely they do not want to lose this objective, and
so it looks like they all are currently moving
on to Team Bangkok Titans by Team Saigon Jokers. This one going to pop his ultimate, not going to be able to do anything, not going to be able to catch anyone. Violet is going to go in and, well, ultimate Noxian goes in with the ultimate, trying to catch the carry, crashing away. Geno taking so much damage. Ultimate going down by Nick's Water, and we see everyone is going down for Team Bangkok Titans. They're managing to catch every single person, and Nick's Water landed that perfect ultimate.
Yes.
Now Leah's going to get caught, and this is a 3 kills for nothing exchange in favor of Team Saigon Jokers.
It could have almost been an ace. Now what we did see, look at that, diplomatic immunity going off.
And I'm certain this Alistar is going to go down as well.
Really able to kite forever.
Beautiful
ace.
Kill there by QTV, managing to secure the ace for Team Saigon Jokers and going to allow them to take the Team Dragon as well.
Now what was interesting about the whole thing was that Alistar procced his ultimate really early, and that allowed Nick's Water to save it up, and so when it came to the clutch team fight, the landing up there, securing 3 people, frozen in stone, and their team being able to wail on them. So I think that was the amazing thing, what needed to be done. Alistar used his ultimate first and, wasn't able to do anything much.
They actually baited that ultimate of his, and he's not able to do anything, and that worked out all well for Team Saigon Jokers. And they're looking very strong this game, despite they maybe losing a bit in the early game, but definitely they're coming back strong.
Definitely coming back strong.
And they have 3 towers now in favor of Bangkok Titans, who has only 1.
Only 1, but we look at the goal lead up there. Now we see that they have 5 kills ahead. Saigon Jokers is 5 kills ahead of Bangkok Titans, but the goal lead now is
about
7,000.
7.7k at the moment.
That's a lot.
There's a lot because they secured those dragons that actually boost up the team goal pretty much.
And it's also the team fights, the assist goal that you get from the team fights, that also calculates a lot into it.
Wow, and look at how fat the teams, Team Saigon Jokers are. We see Nick's Water having that Haunting Guys as well as Abyssal Scepter and the Needlessly Large Ward. Soraka managing to pick up that early Shurelias, and Graves managing to pick up a Phantom Dancer as well, probably going for the quick Last Whisper after that team fight. And Noxian is not losing out as well. He has that Aegis and the Brutalizer. And
What's
Poppy
actually quite fun to see is that both Tarek and Soraka are still on level 1 wounds. At 27 minutes into the game, they're still on level 1 boots.
that is something definitely very interesting, but I think that what they're doing is correct. They definitely need to rush those core items before rushing into those other boots.
I'm not so sure. Having a second level boot does give you the extra mobility, which helps you move around, especially since they're carrying their oracles around. You want to be able to escape relatively quickly. You want to move to
and we see a gang on to Geno again by Team Saigon. Joker's going to flash in and everyone going to catch him, and there's nothing he could have done. And Violet going to take that kill for himself and going to further boost up the goal lead of Team Saigon Jokers. And we see QTV going to catch Leah, but opting to just walk out of that charm and going to allow Team Saigon Jokers to easily take this Baron.
But we do see the enemy team coming up here, which is Bangkok Titans. Will they be able to...
Oh yeah, and the Baron buff goes up for Team Saigon Jokers, and are they going to go in for that invade?
Shurelia goes off.
And QTV pushing Tarek back, going to get silenced by Soraka and nothing he can do about it, going to take him down instantly. And QTV going to walk from behind the tower? No, he's not. He's going to play safe and going to walk back with the team and probably going to push middle lane.
I like how Cassiopeia was like slowly slithering her way up there because she did not have a flash. She did flash in to try to kill off Darius earlier, so she did not have a flash to come in.
Yep. Probably could have saved that flash, actually, in my opinion.
I'm not sure. I think they wanted to make sure Darius was down, and that allowed them to secure Baron. So I think it was worth it, just that it would not be able to come back after Baron to kill off everyone.
And we see the 10k goal difference on Team Saigon Jokers at this moment, and well, it's really solid play ever since the Cassiopeia caught their Corki in that ultimate earlier, and well, everything has been going well for Team Saigon Jokers from then.
Poppy pushing the top tower as well.
Poppy not giving a single, you know what, about anything, and she's just going to teleport home.
She doesn't care, so she's going to push. She knows that she's tanky. She does have Baron buff. She does have escape mechanisms. She does have a diplomatic immunity up, so it's perfectly fine.
Yep. And see, Alistar picked up his Shura's Revelry, but they do not have the Aegis of the Legion as of yet, and so they're going to be a bit behind in team fights compared to Team Saigon Jokers, who already have that Aegis of the Legion as well as that Shurelia, on Soraka.
Yep.
And last Whisper getting picked up there by Graves, going to be able to penetrate a lot of armor and going to be able to take down people much easier, especially Darius. Sorry, my pronunciation today is a bit off.
No worries. I did see Soraka use her Shurelia.
Oh, QTV, he's just going to pop her sort of a ghost walk. I'm not too sure what you call it.
Yeah.
And she's going to get caught in the middle of 5 champions, but going to pop a diplomatic immunity and going to come back into the fight. Next Water going to unleash that beautiful ultimate. Lia going to get taken down so quickly, and Zeres not going to be able to do anything. Darius getting taken down, Hockey getting taken down. Triple kill by Nocturne. Very well played, and Alistar is the only one left. QTV is going to chase him for sure. Going to pop this, wait, I'm going to check it out now. Paragon of Demacia, allowing her to have that movement speed buff, and wow.
But no, Alistar survives. Instead, they're going for objectives. They're taking down the tower, taking down an inhibitor. I think this was the better choice rather than chase down Alistar.
Wow, and that wise move by Poppy there, going to bait all of them into chasing her, instead turning into advantage for Team Saigon Joker.
Definitely. Turning on the diplomatic immunity and dashing towards the back, keeping her away when Nyx Water went in there and basically altered everyone. It was really good.
Yes,
the amount
and
of
I see
damage
Nocturne being such a key player in this match. He's definitely good with all the skills of his, and that Paranoia always comes out at the right timing and catching Team BKT off guard. So definitely Juni is playing a very solid jungler this game. We're going to pick up the Yomu's Ghostblade and a Giant's Belt. And yeah, Yomu's Ghostblade and Giant's Belt. I thought he sold it, but he actually switched positions.
No, I think what's interesting also is that that's now when the Petrifying Gaze went off for Cassiopeia, Darius was caught in it. So Darius could not actually come into the game or come into the fight until much later, where everybody else was already weakened down. So it enabled Saigon Jokers to take the advantage when Darius was not there to basically tank or to disrupt any of the people.
That was a very wise, a very well placed ultimate there by Nyx Water, really solid. And while making up for his mistakes at the earlier game, he is definitely showing us.
And Saigon Jokers is taking Dragon at the moment, no problem whatsoever.
No problem, just 2 men, no problem.
Hardly any damage taken by them.
No damage taken whatsoever, I would say. And they're going to clear this ward, and Melody is going to hold the oracles, going to get... Juni almost got caught by the charm, and he's not going to be able to go into the tower range. Not even going to get poked to death.
They're definitely going to take this tower very easily with Graves. Just look at how far it's going now.
Well, and actually Baron buff goes down for Team Saigon Jokers. Despite that, they are still really superior in team fights.
They are 11 kills ahead and they are
Wow.
15,000 ahead.
Almost 16,000 gold lead in favor of Saigon Jokers. And wow. Look at that, and they're going to choose to catch the cookie and just going to pop that diplomatic immunity, and that is not a wise move. We're going to see Geno going to get focused by QTV. QTV taking no damage whatsoever, and Ari going to come in with a Spirit Rush. Nocturne's going to get caught by Geno, and he's going to go down definitely to that ultimate from Darius. But Nixwater going to continue unleashing his poisons, and Violet going to do a lot of damage, and they're just going to take down Alistar.
That flash into Twin Fang was really just to make sure Alistar went down. So we do see one of the Nexus turrets going down.
Yep, and
will they continue?
I think that they can end the game right here. They should actually take down this inhibitor turret, sorry.
Yeah, they're going to take
and
down the
they're going to take
inhibitor
this
as well.
middle inhibitor as well. It's going to be no problem whatsoever. And wow, that was...
I think it's best to actually back off because they do not have Baron to sustain them in the fight, which they're currently doing. So they're going to go back, try to secure the enemy buffs. But the buffs are actually not
they're
up.
going to secure this top tower as well. Team Saigon Jokers not showing any mercy to Bangkok Titans and just continuingly doing objectives.
I think this is about mercy. I think it's about playing for objectives and taking out towers whenever you can and things like that. And I think they have been making really excellent plays.
Excellent plays, definitely.
Excellent judgment calls. I think it's Nick's Water being out there catching people in his petrifying gaze.
Not to mention Poppy, QTV as Poppy as well, making
the baits.
Yep, the baits.
The baits into the team
And we see
fight.
Poppy is trying to go for that Hextech Gunblade. Going to see that she picked up that Bush Water Cutlass and going to be able to slow and do some magic damage. And let's have a look at the items from Graves. Going to pick up the GA. Going to be even more harder to take down at this point of the game. And Locket going to go up for Soraka. They're going to get up all the items and they are going to push for the win.
They're definitely going to push very hard. Now what's interesting is that Darius started off pretty strong.
Oh, and engage on from Nocturne onto Leah. They are not going to be able to escape, but the second Spirit Rush going to get out of range. QTV going to take a lot of damage, but going to use the diplomatic immunity on Xerez. Going to try to take down Geno, sorry. Yep, and he's going to come back into the fight, but not being able to do any damage to Poppy in the diplomatic immunity. And Violet comes into the fight as well, going to take down Roti really easily, but Juni should be really careful. He's going to be very low, but Melody comes in and silences Cocky, and this is going to be an ace for Team Saigon Jokers, despite Nick's Water coming in really late.
It's not actually an ace. We do see Leah's actually up, and Leah did survive because she Spirit Rush.
Oh, I'm sorry, not really an ace. I thought it was an ace. It looks like there was no one there. My mistake.
Yeah, but not to worry. It looks like this will be GG for Saigon Jokers. A very well played game.
Despite Team Bangkok Titans playing very well as a team, but they are not able to secure the kill. I mean, secure the win for this game.
Yes,
so they are still unable to secure a win in GPL, but I'm sure they'll do better next week.
I mean, we still have multiple weeks to go. This is only week 7. We have 20 weeks in total, so yes. But what's interesting now is that 3rd, 4th, and 5th are all tied once again.
Alright, so let's go into the scoreboard. Let's have a look at the champions and the items that they have. Alright, so let's see. QTV being one of the major players in this game, as well as Juni, Violet, Melody, and Nixwater, all demonstrating really solid plays.
Definitely.
But, yeah, and Nixwater, with those clutch ultimates of his, really turning the tides of the game from a losing point to really winning from that point onwards where they caught the Cocky.
I think Leah also dealing a lot of damage out there.
Yeah, Leah did a lot of damage, but they focused her out of the fight almost immediately with the Nocturne and that Poppy always trying to zone her out. Yep. And Cocky not being able to do much in this game as well because he was constantly focused, and well, Geno, he did well early game and he got a frozen heart, but he was unable to do much at late game when Poppy was quite fat.
I actually have a correction to make. It is not 3rd, 4th, and 5th, but it is 3rd and 4th because Saigon Jokers was not a part. Oh wait, it is. What am I saying? I'm so sorry. I'm actually bamboozled at the moment.
Bamboozled, yes, definitely.
So yeah, it is 3rd, 4th, and 5th placing that are tied up again with 6 wins. So after 1 week of play, we still end up at this sort of position where they are tied up. So
Well, this is GPL, and you never know what might happen every single week.
Definitely out there.
Yep.
It's one of the more interesting matches definitely we saw today. A lot of stealing of blue buffs, a lot of dragon domination, and the push to win to the end. We saw that early dominance doesn't mean end game victory. The
That's
mid
right.
game played a very important role on both ends. So yes.
All right. So before we end the show tonight, we are going to show the schedule for next week, the games that are going to be played. So can we have that board up? We're going to check it out. All right. So for July 6th, which would be Friday, it will be Team Singapore Sentinels against Team Kuala Lumpur Hunters. This is going to be a very epic match, and I'm sure we're all going to excited to see Malaysia and Singapore going at each other as usual. And we have some sort of rivalry between the two teams and constantly trying to
one up each other, of course.
Of course. And Taipei Assassins going up against Bangkok Titans on the second game. On July 7th, which is Saturday, we see Team Manila Eagles against Team Saigon Jokers, trying to get their revenge on Saigon Jokers with their solid gameplay this week. And Bangkok Titans against Team Singapore Sentinels. Not going to be an easy week for Bangkok Titans.
Definitely.
And for Sunday,
for Sunday, we have Saigon Jokers against KL Hunters. Definitely going to try to separate themselves from third and fourth placing once again. And we also have Manila Eagles against Taipei Assassins. This is the second time that Manila Eagles have gone up against Taipei Assassins. And will they come up with another victory? Well, we definitely have to find out in next week. But for this week's 300 Garena Shells giveaway, the question is really simple. So the question is as follows. What is the final kill-death score for the two games that were played today? So the first game, which was KL Hunters and Manila Eagles, and the second game, which was Saigon Jokers and Bangkok Titans, we need the final kill and death score of both. So yes.
all right. So let us repeat the question again for you guys who didn't listen it. So could you repeat the question again, Justin?
No problem. So what you need to do is you need to respond on the Facebook group, and you need to inform us of what is the final kill and death score from both games that were played today on Sunday.
Yep, today of GPL. So you summoners, you just get your answers ready for a chance to win 300
Garena
GS.
shells.
Yep, Garena Shells can get new skin or something. I don't know, you can do a lot of things with 300 shells.
That is true. 300 easy wins, but just if you had stayed tuned, you
Well, if
definitely
you
know
have
the
not enough
answers.
shells, you can always ask Justin here. He's a very kind soul, giving out RP for free in the forums. So today we are going to sign off for now, and we are going to look forward to next week. And I hope you guys enjoy our shoutcasting today. I'm Joey.
And I'm Justin,
and we're
and catch
signing
us
off
next week.
Yep, good
See
night.
you.